Okay, I am here in New York City, in Tarrytown actually, with Joan Andrea Hutchinson, who has just done a riveting performance at the Arden Alumni Association Awards luncheon. Joan, you rocked the house totally. The people loved you. You brought the roof down.
Well, I love them too. It was fantastic. I loved it.
Great. What's going on in your world now, Joan? What are you up to? What are you doing?
Well, Joan Andrea has 7 CDs and 3 books, and Joan Andrea is trying to do another 4 or 5 CDs and another couple books, because you see, it's important for me to document Jamaican culture. Every single aspect of Jamaican culture, it's important. We have to leave it for the next generation. So when I do things like putting the material on CD, what it facilitates is people getting the culture without, for example, having to read. You know, young people don't love reading, right?
Right.
So then when we take things like the proverbs and then things, so you take a proverb that says, for example, man of raw meat, him look fire. And you take it and you explain it and you put it on CD form. So young people can take it, they can put it on their iPad, they can have it, they can play it, they can check it on YouTube. It's just our responsibility to make sure so the culture is there for other people to enjoy.
Right. Well, you know, you have a unique ability to break it down, which you did in the room. See a lady leaving there, she's smiling, she laughing, she had a good time. Didn't you totally enjoy her?
I just didn't want to interrupt.
Okay, so you have that ability. How are you able to string it together where you're teaching, you're entertaining, you're informing, you're doing all of these things, but people are loving it. They don't want you to leave, they don't want you to go. How does that happen? And give me a little taste, give me a little flavor.
Listen, Dave, first and foremost, I'm a communicator. So whether I'm communicating from the stage as a performer, whether I'm communicating as a teacher in a classroom, whether I'm communicating as in teaching somebody how to speak because I do public speaking training, or whatever, I'm a communicator. The Jamaican language is just one of the forms in which I communicate. So when I take the Jamaican language and I explain things to people, like, you know, I love to explain the whole thing about Ocho Rios, for example. Everybody thinks that Ocho Rios have 8 rivers. Ocho Rios don't have no 8 rivers. Ocho Rios happens to have only 2 rivers. What happens is that, you see, the Spanish language have 2 words for waterfall. One is cascada and one is las choreras, which means the churning waters. So when the Spanish them did come, you know, them, you remember that the Duns River Falls, that's the most prominent feature in Ocho Rios. So they named the town Las Choreras. And you look on the old maps of Jamaica, you go down to the Jamaican archives and places like that, and you'll see that on the coastline of St. Anne, you see one little town named Las Choreras. Now, Spanish was in occupation in Jamaica for 151 years. So when the English come and kick them out, because they want a pretty country, fight off the Spanish, kick them out of the country, take a place, they somehow never hear the name. So when you hear Las Choreras, Chorrillos, and with the permutations over the years, suddenly you get Ocho Rios, and some bright sparks say, oh, Ocho Rios, that means 8 river, that means the place must have 8 river. Not a 8 river down into Ocho Rios, trust me on that.
Yes. And then you went into the whole Obia bit with St. Thomas.
Yeah, man, because you know St. Thomas is a parish where famous for Obia, you know, and I mean, the thing with Obia, you know, is Obia have a way to backfire, trust me. So you have a little piece about one woman, right? Her husband was giving her, you know that thing that you get at Easter time with cheese, where they call it bun? Yeah. So this woman, her husband was giving her what we call bun, and she got to this lady in over in St. Mary. You know St. Mary, where place
St. Thomas.
I must say the Obia people never St. Thomas, I tell me something not to call them name. Anyway, she got to this Obia lady, this mother at St. Thomas, to walk it out, but you see it backfire because she had a hog in her yard named Proud. Where did this hog Proud? Me say if you move from back of me, what I'm using my body yard. Every time me turn this hog the pee cluck back of me in the yard. Fast, I go chat my business. Tell one of my friends that me kinda unhappy. So my friend tell me about one little lady at St. Thomas so she know it can't help me. She said the lady make her son pass him exam and bring back her husband quick. So me tell me boss me I take the day because my granny a country sick. Well, I put on one disguise there, you see, and I set out before deal. If you go find this lady in the bush, 10 times last me win. Me fall down, dog bite me, maca juke me, and one everlasting piece of sun. Me catch me afraid, me find the yard, me draw a chair and me sit down. Here she said, hi cure whooping cough and fever. Hi cure laziness and turn down. Put this Isle of Love me in this 2 piece for the man and give you bun. Well, me spin round about a dozen times to stop Duppy from follow me home. And the pot of 2 piece just don't cook when Babs Raymond him come. Hear him. Lorena hungry have to eat. Hear me. Go in a pot and look. My heart start gallop till me hear him say, hey, stew peas you cook. Me Clyde a stew peas me gonna give you hug. Hey? Him pan the pot and he step out. And by the time he spin round, me just hear front and I hang back and lick him out. Well, make I tell you, man, the hog catch the stew piece in the ear, even though it was hella hot. And if me never run quick and grab it up, he would have yam all the pot. Well, Raymond, him vex na bullfrog, slam the door and say he gone a street. And from that day, I don't know where to this hog is like in the fire heat. Every minute he might come rub against me leg and I long out him tongue. And if we call Raymond darling, me just hear grunt and the hog that him run come. Well, one evening me come in, try the hog, spread off in my bed. Well, I hung up the cutlass because I was going to lift off him head. Well, we go back at the lady, the little island lady. Have it in the kitchen in a one cup. Babs, Raymond come in and claims that the rice dry, he come in and he pan it up. So see there now, my husband gone left me like Sammy Mount. Come in and pack him bag. And every tape, pee, clock, and me that and the hand. So you see, Obi has a way to backfire sometimes.
Joan, that is fantastic. I love that. Love it.
It's about documenting these things, you know, because
right.
I mean, this is actually a true story, you know. A woman did have a Obi her husband, and the man take a food and give the pig. Somebody tell me about it.
Wow. Joan, before we go, tell me, how can people who are watching come by the books and the CDs?
Well,
what's the contact information to get to the product?
Well, okay, Joan A. Hutchinson at yahoo.com. Joan A. Hutchinson at yahoo.com, and I can direct you. VP Records has some of this stuff. There's some places in Florida that have a few things, places in Canada, but just email me and I'll tell you exactly where, based on where you are, how to get this stuff.
Joan, thanks a lot. This was wonderful. It was great having you in New York. Lovely talking to you. Good luck and have a safe trip back to yard.
Yeah, man.
All right? Big up, bless up.